Well, I guess you guys know what this Friday is.
Guys' night.
3 more days away.
3 more days away.
3 days.
It's date
Guys' night out.
Guys.
Because our wives are out of town.
That's right.
Guys' night
Men
out.
doing manly things.
John Wick, baby. John Wick 4. Cannot wait. Best franchise ever.
Debatable. But
There's a lot
awesome.
of good franchises.
Ever in movies.
Awesome.
There's a lot of good
It
franchises.
is a fantastic
Like what?
franchise.
What's better than that?
The Bourne series is
Oh,
very good.
no.
Oh,
not
bull
even
crap.
Not even close. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
gotta
you've
shoot
gotta
down
be
on that
kidding
one.
me.
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
Bourne is great. Lord of the Rings, great series.
I'm partial. I like Lord of the Rings a lot.
No.
Yeah.
John Wick is the best franchise of all time.
What, here's going to be the deciding factor. It's the 4th movie. If the 4th movie is as good as the other 3,
Maybe.
maybe we'll put it up there.
What's your favorite out of the 3?
2.
Probably the original.
Really?
Yes,
probably.
it's not 3, but
It would be
one-
2
it's
for me.
between one
Three
and
was the
2.
low. 3 was the low point.
One was good, and then 2 was like, this is what we could really do.
2 is like they amped it up.
Yeah.
I like the story part of the 1 better, the
Right.
way everything flowed. But it's just far as just full out guns and violence, like it's 2.
The only reason I might say 3 is just that one scene with him and Halle Berry and those dogs.
See,
If you haven't seen that, go back and watch it
The
again.
dogs as much though.
Those dogs were fantastic.
I know. I don't know.
You were just waiting for one of them to die, though. The
Yeah.
whole time.
I
The
think
whole
maybe
movie.
that's why I was
They're
terrified.
I think he's going to get them in the end. Speaking of which, how do you think it's going to end?
I've stayed away from the trailer, so
I
mean,
think he's
the
going
only,
to burn a hotel down.
the only thing I've seen is what do they call it? One-on-one combat or something? Does he have to do this with everybody that's still in the system?
It's just the one guy, right?
Just the one. I don't know if it's just the one guy.
How is that one guy going to go against Wick?
He must be a bad some gun.
He must be.
That's all I gotta say.
See,
Yeah.
I thought it was one-on-one, all of them.
Maybe I don't have any
Like
idea.
like a tier system.
I don't know.
Because apparently in this one, I don't want to ruin it for you, but apparently he does have a seat at the table because somebody he knows, or is like his mother, I guess
Gave him.
they only showed a little bit of her turning around, like it's his mother sits at the table. He has a seat at the table because of his family. And if he does that, he can kill all of them on.
Nice.
I think he's going to take over.
That would be. You think he'll live?
He better.
He's still
he
bleeding.
better
You
freaking
think
live.
He'll live.
He's still bleeding.
I have a very bad
If they kill
feeling
him,
they're going to kill him at the end. Like he'll be victorious, but he'll die.
I know we've been saying it for a decade too, but he's actually getting old now. The actor Keanu Reeves he's starting to show.
He's
Yeah.
getting up there.
he's dyeing his hair. You can tell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the man's what? Probably in his
He's in his
50s? Is
60s.
he in
He's
his?
older. Than,
60s.
he's older than me.
Yeah,
No, he's in his 60s.
probably.
I would say so. We'll have to look that up sometime. But I mean,
Well, if we had a fact checker, we'd fact check it. But
I remember him.
I really figured he's in his late 40s.
I might. No, he's in his 50s. I would say.
Really? Oh, hold on. We're gonna do a live fact check.
You're gonna look it up.
Keanu Reeves.
I say he's my age. I say he's 57.
I was gonna say
58.
58. Wow. He is. He's old some gun.
And for what he does at 58 years
That's
old,
impressive.
I wouldn't be able to get out of bed.
No. No, there's no way.
My
I could
wife
do it
made
at
me
40.
quit playing church softball 20 years ago because I was too sore the next day. But once you get in there and you do it all the time like he does, I guess it's pretty
Well,
good.
and he's got professional trainers and
That's
the
true.
whole 9 yards.
But they better
so.
not kill him.
I just
That
have
would be the worst
sneaking-
ending.
I have that sneaking suspicion that they're just he's going to go out on top, but he's going to kick the bucket on the way out.
And the only
Maybe
the
it'll
only
shut the
way I
whole
could
system
see
down.
them killing him is at the very end. He finally is reunited with his wife, and that's kind of like
That could be.
how they're going to do it that way.
That very well could be. Because I mean, this whole thing is basically over that.
Yeah, I think he's.
I mean, it's over the dog, but it's like you
remember
never
the
found
first one?
peace.
You remember the first one though, where he's almost at the very end of the movie, where it's almost like he's going to die.
Yeah.
When the car at the very beginning of the movie, the car kind of rolls up and it just hits something and he falls out of it.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of the way it's going to end. I hope they do it to where you don't know.
you kind of leave the question, kind of like Mass Effect. Leave the question.
Leave the question.
that he could still be alive.
I may cry.
If he dies, I probably will.
I may.
There'll be a theater full of men crying,
Right.
like little girls.
I think he's one of the best characters that's come along maybe ever.
And it's cool to see all the memes that came from this. when Thanos was big with the end of Avengers.
Had a pencil stuck in his eye or
He
whatever.
did, but before that, it was when there was a meme of Thanos snapping, and a dog died, and Thanos was like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah, I always saw the ones with the meme of like a pencil in his eye or whatever.
That's right.
I think what they could do, though, if they do kill it, I think they could come back, and they will, with maybe somebody younger than him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Then they
Doing
come
like
back with an origin story
Yeah,
on him. Which
they
would be
should, because I
fantastic.
mean, you got to think by the time you saw the first movie, he had already attained the name Boogeyman. Like everybody was scared to death of him by that point. I think it would be cool to see a movie.
All right, let me throw this in there to be devil's advocate. With the way our culture goes now, what if they instill Halle Berry instead?
No.
That's what I would say, but could we put it past these producers to not do that?
No,
I'd rather them kill him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we know how the world is going.
That is true.
But Wick has never gone that way.
Are they going to make, if they do a John Wick prequel, he'll be like trans.
Yeah.
Be trans Wick.
He was trans, then he
John
met a
Mulvaney.
woman. And then he was actually a woman who didn't want to be a lesbian, so he changed his gender so he could
Yeah,
marry.
so he was actually a woman the entire time.
This dude seems like he's an ex-stuntman, and they're all kind of macho. I hope they don't. I'd rather them not do it.
Oh, I agree. But I'm like him with the world today. Who knows what's going to happen with that?
But in every single movie, they talk about that impossible thing that he did. And in 2, that he does that blood oath thing, and it's like that guy says to him, if it hadn't have been for me, you wouldn't have made it through that night.
Yeah.
And I think they have to go back at some time and say what happened that night.
What it was. that happened.
What did he have to
Yeah.
do? And so I hope they go back to it. So, and that'll kind of segue into the next thing we're going to talk about. We'll hit the next show where we'll just talk about, is there an anti-Christian bias? It's a long stretch.
True.
It's not a perfect segue.
Everybody go watch that movie.
Go watch that movie.
And be prepared for him to die.
Don't be a sissy.
I'm just going to call it out.
Or to
Right.
be
Watch the first 3.
Or to be replaced by a woman.
Oh, my God.